Genesis 35 verse 1. And God said unto Jacob, are you there? Are you there? Arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make thee a what? Talk to me, church. Make thee an what? Unto who? That appear unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Go to Bethel. Make me an altar there. Why will God begin to talk to a man to go to Bethel and make an altar? Specific location. And telling him that where I appear to you. So where did God appear to Jacob? He appeared to Jacob in Bethel when he was running from his brother. So God appeared to him in that place. That same place where God appeared to him when he was running from the place is the same location where his grandfather built an altar in Genesis chapter 12 verse 8. So he was running from his brother, but when he came to the place where his grandfather built an altar, Abraham, he lay there, and because he lay where the altar was, heaven opened, and there he saw the ladder from the earth to heaven, and he saw angels leaving the altar of his grandfather, going back to God and returning with messages. And upon the altar, upon the ladder, he saw Elohim began to speak to him. He said, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac. I will give you this land and your seed forever. And Jacob jumped out of it and said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I knew it not. And he called it Bethel. And he made a vow on that altar. Oh, Jesus had made. The vow activated the altar. What was the vow? Whatever you will give me, the tithe I will not touch. So you can be coming to the altar and forget the tithe. So God said, all right, you go. So he entered the house of Laban with the backing of the altar. For 21 years, Laban changed his wages 10 times. But on that day, God appeared to him the second time and was about to introduce himself to Jacob. He didn't say, I am the God of Abraham. He didn't say, I am the God of Jacob. The introduction, he said, I am the God of Bethel. It means I am the God of that altar. It means from now henceforth, I have seen all that Laban is doing against you, but because I am the God of that altar, I will not let you go empty. I stand on this altar. I prophesy to 7 of you by the God behind this altar. This is the last time you will suffer. This is the last time you will cry. This is the last time you will beg. This is the last time you will be broke. If your amen is louder, receive double. Kapalato, receive double. By the God of this altar, the God that appeared to Dauda Mewasi many years ago, but the God behind the altar, I prophesy to about 7 of you here. 7 of you, this is the last time you will suffer. When they are measuring suffering, your name will not be there. I prophesy to 7 of you here, you will see the manifestation of this altar. It will change your family. It will change your finances. It will change your level. If your amen is louder, the God of this altar will do it fast. He will do it fast. Let me hear that amen like a thunder. Sit down. And God took all that Laban had and gave to Jacob, including his 2 daughters. And guess what? Jacob began to run. Laban, wake up. Where Jacob? He don't run. He gathered his army. Pursue that boy. Let's kill him to recover all that he took from me. So they will pursue him. Jacob was running. And Jacob now passed Bethel, the altar. Look at, hey, see my altar. He passed. Then Laban is coming. When Laban came where the altar is to pass to go and kill Jacob, God appeared and said, Laban, wait. Where you they go? He said, now one person at the pursue, I need to kill him. He collect my daughters, he has made me poor. So I am going to kill him. And God said, well, I will permit you to see him and meet him. But I am warning you. He is a product of an altar. If you touch him, you will see my other side. So they must say, I don't know, say that boy get back in like this. So you can go. When he appeared before Jacob, he said, I was coming to kill you. He said, but the God of your father, somewhere along the journey, appeared. From today, those who are pursuing you, God will appear to warn them. I don't know who I'm talking to here. God will appear and warn them. When they carry your family name to the altar, God will appear and say, don't hear it. When they carry your picture to the altar, God will say, don't hear that picture. When they are pursuing you, God will warn them. If your amen is rather, God will warn them. I said, God will warn them. God will warn them. Lift your hands and say, Lord, warn them for me. Sit down. So, when Jacob returned, he forgot to build the altar. So God said, Jacob, go back to Bethel. Let's build the altar. So Jacob said, okay. I even forget that I made promises. Let me go back. So Jacob returned back to the altar to build the altar. Look at verse 7 of Genesis 35. Verse 7. What is it? And he built there what? And called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. Look at me here. Before the next thing, look at me here. He built the altar. All of us, we have been taught something different. Sorry. We've been taught in scriptures that and Jacob was left alone. Is that correct? And he rescued with an angel. Is that correct? And then day was breaking. The angel said, I want to go to heaven. He said, no, you will not go until what? And he said, for me to bless you, what is your name? My name is Jacob. He said, okay, I can't bless Jacob, but for your name will be Israel. And he hit him by the thigh left. Why did he hit him by the thigh? Reason number one, an angel does not have the capacity to bless you. It's your messenger. Number two, an angel does not have the capacity to name you. So, God saw what he was looking for from an angel that he couldn't get. So God said, that thing you're looking for, the key is small. build me an altar. He built the altar. Look at verse 9. When he built that altar, what happened? And God appeared unto Jacob when he came out of Padaram. And what? Did he ask for the blessing? When he built the altar, God appeared because he has asked an angel for the blessing. But the angel didn't bless him. But now that he built the altar and God blessed him. Next verse. What did he say? And God said unto him, thy name is who? Who said? Did God ask him? God said to him, thy name is what? Thy name shall not be called anymore who? But who? Shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, the name of Jacob was changed on the altar. Not when he fought with an angel. It is God. When he built that altar, God came down on that altar, stood, and organized the naming ceremony of Jacob. I said, today we will give you a name. Israel. Israel means what? My firstborn. Oh, Jesus. So because of that name, when they were in Egypt, when God entered Egypt, he said, tell Pharaoh, Israel, not Jacob, is my firstborn. If you will not let him go, I will kill your firstborn. Because it's not easy to get firstborn. I got firstborn. You they keep him in bondage. You better let him go, or I start killing your firstborn. So God killed the firstborn of the Egyptian because they were holding the firstborn of his altar. Today I pray for somebody on this altar. Anywhere they tie you, anywhere they hold your destiny, they hold your finances, they hold your family, if they will not release you today, Jehovah will strike. Oh, Jesus will strike. The Holy Ghost will strike. Angels will strike. Heaven will strike. God will strike. Lift your hands and say, Lord, if they will not release my family, strike by fire. Sit down. So God fought because why? They are my firstborn. Ladies and gentlemen, this altar is about to give birth to new children. You have been a member of this church, but today this altar is about to give birth to new sons and daughters. From this bed today, you will become untouchable. Oh, Jesus, I don't know who I'm talking to. You become untouchable. Anyone that mess around you, they will see the hand of God. They will see the anger of God. They will see the anger of God. Who am I prophesying to here? If you are the one, God will show in your family. Let me hear that amen like a thunder. Sit down. So God fought. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say to you clearly, on the secret of the Israelite, they are not known as Abraham's seed. They are known as the Israelite. Everywhere in the world, you know them as who? Somebody's name. So if they enter Nigeria, they enter as an Israeli. And when they enter Nigeria with that name, an Israeli, they may come to Abuja with polythene bag without money in their account. In less than 1 month, they will all hold half of Abuja. Why? They are a product of an altar. Can I pray for somebody? After today, anywhere you enter, they will feel your presence. In that office, they will feel your presence. In that business, business, they will feel your presence. In your marriage, they will feel your presence. In that community, they will feel your presence. Whoever I'm talking to, job, I shout that amen like a thunder. Sit down. Mama, the Jews are still smoking cigarette. When I went to Israel, the man that was guiding us will leave us and go one side to go and smoke. They smoke cigar. Yet, there is something you don't understand. Let me explain that thing to you that will shock you now. Look at where the Israel are sitting. They are surrounded by the worst enemies of the world. As a matter of fact, they are sharing one nation with the Palestinians. They are using one airport with the Palestinians. Their enemies are within them. Their enemies walk with them, sleep in houses with them. Yet their enemies can't touch them because they are product of an altar. How come your own witches enter your house, they paralyze you? How come witches torment you? You will not pray. Enemies within, enemy without. Excuse me, Israel have enemies within. Yet they see them but they can't touch them. They shoot missiles so that the entire city of Jerusalem will turn aside. The missile went and turned back by the hand of God. After today, by this altar, anything they shoot against you, by the altar, God will reverse it. I said, God will reverse it. God will reverse it. God will reverse it. When they throw charm on you, God will reverse the charm. When they throw arrows on you, God will reverse the arrows. When they hit poison on you, God will reverse it. Who am I praying for here? Who am I prophesying to here? This is the last time charm will work in your life. This is the last time poison will work in your life. This is the last time witches will succeed in your life. If your amen is Lord, I reverse. I say reverse. I say reverse. I say reverse. I say reverse. I reverse it. I reverse it. I reverse it. I reverse it. Somebody say, Lord, reverse, reverse it. Sit down. So the Israelites, they are surrounded by enemies, but they are not touching them. They are stronger than the people surrounded by the real enemies of Israel. Yet, they can't touch them. Genesis 35 is their secret. Anytime you want to touch God, we now remember. See altar. See altar. See altar. See altar. Now quickly, let me go into this quickly. 1 Samuel chapter 10, verse 1. Verse 1. Somebody there? Read from it from verse 1.
Then Samuel took a vial of oil.
Samuel took a vial of oil.
And poured it upon his head.
Look at me now. He poured it upon his head.
Kissed him.
And kissed him.
And said, is it not because the Lord hath anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance?
Next verse.
When thou art departed from me.
When you are departed from me today. Then
thou shalt find 2 men by Rachel's sepulchre.
Wait, excuse me. Where will he find 2 men? What is a sepulchre? Graveyard. Graveyard. You will find 2 men. So well done, we'll continue. Just wait. By Rachel's sepulchre. Why are these 2 men not found by Abraham's sepulchre? are they not found by Isaac's sepulchre? Okay, why are they not found by Jacob's sepulchre? Why Rachel, a woman? The man carry oil, anointed by the greatest prophet. Yet, he's sending the man with the oil to go to the grave. Why the grave? Are you following me here? Why is he sending him to the grave? Genesis 31, verse 30. We'll go back to 1 Samuel. Read it. Who is there first? Genesis 31, verse 30. Somebody there? Genesis 31, verse 30. Huh? 31, verse 30. Now read. Uh-huh. 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 Have that what? Have that what? Verse 32. What did he say? Whoever you find your God, let him what? And let him what? Uh-huh. Who took that altar? Follow me now. So who took the altar? Rachel. That is the altar that Laban was using to manipulate Jacob. The girl took the altar. Now, Jacob was not aware that the altar was among him. So he passed a death sentence, whoever that stole the altar. Verse 34.
Now Rachel had taken the images and put them in the camel's and sat upon them.
So where did she do? She carried the altar, sat upon it, and look at what she said to her father. Daddy, I didn't take it to. So I said, okay, son, let me check. Say, sorry, sir. I'm a woman. This is my month. That thing you know has just started. It's already coming. I know it's not normal for you to see it. Father says, it's true, it's true, it's true, it's true. It's true. Just sit, my daughter. I know you cannot take it's true. So he stood up. The father now left. Then she sat on that thing. The ladies and gentlemen, as they journeyed, the season of that month ended. Then she became pregnant to give birth to a son. And when she was giving birth to that son, the death sentence passed by Jacob was now coming. And as she was dying, the baby came out, and she looked at the baby and said, thy name shall be called Benoni, a product of the ancestral altar. Then Jacob intercepted, said, no, Nahi, his name shall be called Benjamin, not Benoni. And she died. When she died, they buried her at the border of Benjamin at Zelzah. When she was buried with the altar. She was buried with the altar, because in those days when a woman died, all her property had kept together with her corpse in the grave. So she was buried in the grave with the altar. So now the family of Benjamin, nobody could rise, nobody could succeed, because there is an altar that was speaking against the family. So ladies and gentlemen, when Benjamin gave birth to Kish, nothing is working. Then Kish gave birth to Saul, and then God entered their house and took up their axes, because the Bible didn't tell us who took it and who brought it. They say, and it is found. Something that is found, who follow me here. And at this time, when it was taken out, he began to look for the ashes. But God was bringing him close to an altar. And then where there is a prophet, God was drawing close to a prophet. Then he came to a place and he told his servant, let us go back. And he said, no, we can't go back. There is a prophet in the land. His name is called Daudamewazi. Am I preaching here? Let us sit down the Mewazi, the seer. Let him guide us. Am I communicating here? So at this time, then they came to Samuel. When they arrived at Samuel, Samuel was not talking about the missing donkey. He's talking about throne and the king. The guy was confused. But in chapter 10, Samuel said, now this is it. He took the oil and poured on his head and said, now you can go. You are the next king of Israel. But when you are living here, you have two assignments. Assignment number one, go to your mother's grave where the altar is and break that altar. Dismantle that altar. Get yourself free from the altar your mother gave birth to you. Oh, you're not hearing me now. Go and walk on that altar, or else the altar will stop you tomorrow. Can I preach here? Can I preach here? So go and walk on the altar. But as you walk on the altar, you will find two men. When they see you walking on the altar, they will salute you. It means all your life nobody saluted you, but by that altar you will receive salutation. Can I preach like I feel here? Can I preach like I feel? When they salute you, they will tell you what was lost in the family, it has now been found. I don't know what they lost in your family. Your family glory that was snatched by evil altars. Today I prophesy, it will be recovered. It will be recovered. It will be recovered. It will be recovered. Somebody said, I recover. I recover. I recover. I recover. I recover. I recover. So the Bible says, when he got to the place and he looked at it, he forgot the altar and went talking to the people. So he couldn't deal with the altar. So he went forward and met a company of prophets. When he met with them, they saluted him and they told him, join us. When he joined them, Saul began to prophesy. He's not a prophet, but now he can prophesy. He's not a prophet, but he can prophesy. But child of God, sit down, let me walk this way. Let me walk this way. 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 So look at this. He said to him, when you shall prophesy, you shall be turned into another man. So once you are turned into that man, wait for my instruction. Carry Israel to the garrison of the Philistine. Stay with them there 8 days. On the 8th day I will come and I will teach you what you must do. Don't do anything until I come. When your prophet gives instruction, it's not because he wants to punish you, it's because he wants to polish you. Disobey your prophet is surrounding yourself as a rebel. So at this time, he accepted. And now, then, after that period, he carried Israel to the garrison. Mama, they stayed there. First day. Second day. This Dauda Mewazi. How can Papa be given appointment and is not meeting the appointment? Is he a man of God? He concern you. This man, isn't that he will tell you something before you reach, you will not understand him anymore. You will understand him. Just be patient. Stop complaining. Start following blindly. Papa promised me something. I'm not seeing it. Keep quiet. He has not forgotten. A day, he looked. He didn't see. The Philistines are coming. The guy is shaking. We are finished. Oh, Israel says, now only you. Now you say, God say, come here. You stay here. For we will go another church. Rebels leave churches where their destiny and breakthrough is tied. Those who the altar is manipulating will always leave the place of their deliverance. Until you know why God brought you to this church and gave you this man as a father, you will miss a lot. Remove your brain and put it in a gutter. Flush it and allow the spirit to take the right. It may not be familiar, but familiarize yourself in the instruction and wait. They that shall endure to the end, not those that will endure at the beginning, to the end. They are the one that will enjoy. One small thing happen, you're already dusting your bumper. They will not know genuinely. The altars will never allow you make it. Waka. No matter how an imam insult a member of the congregation, he won't change the masalachi. After all, Pentecostal plenty. Is it not shalababa? All of us did one. Pay tithe for what? The money is mine. I work for it. Remember, the debt is also yours. You will die for it. Since the money is yours, debt is also yours. Because the tithe is debt. Eat it and die. Give it to me and live. It's a choice. In case you don't know, tithe, it's not a religion. Tithe simply means that you believe that Jesus is alive. Hebrews 9 verse 11. Read. Hebrews 9:11. Read it. Who is here? 9:11. Fast. Hebrews 9:11. What did he say, sir? Who is there?
Christ came as high priest of the good things to come. With the greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is not of this creation.
Now read verse 9 and 8. Verse 9.
Only for a certain time in which both gifts and sacrifices are offered, which cannot make him who performed the service perfect in regard to the conscience.
Next verse. Verse 10.
Consigned only with foods and drinks, various washings, and places until the time of reformation. But Christ came as high priest of the good things to come, with a greater and more perfect tabernacle not made with hands, that is not of this creation.
Separate, sir.
Not with the blood of goats and calves, but with his own blood, he entered the most holy place, once for all, having obtained eternal redemption.
Sorry, forgive me. Forgive me very well. Sorry, it's Hebrews 7. Sorry. Verse 8. Verse 8. Yes, sir.
And here.
And here.
Men that die.
Men that die.
Receive tithes.
They receive tithe. But where? That what? So your tithe is a witness that Jesus lives. Tithe, you are no longer a believer. You do not believe that Jesus lives. So tithe is not a religion. It's a belief that Jesus lives. Eating it means you have denounced Christ and denounced Christianity. So you are now. So those who don't pay tithe, they are not Christian. They have denounced Christ. So there is no more salvation for you. When you have denounced Christ, that he does not live because of common tithe. We who died, we receive, but there is him who received it there. It is a witness that he lives. So which means you say he doesn't live. When they die, they bury, I know resurrect. So you have denied resurrection and you have denied his existence. So who are you? I have made me taking you out of my message. But let me bring you back again. Follow me carefully. So at this moment of the life of this man, now he said to him, wait! He disobeyed. Chapter 13, 1 Samuel chapter 13. Read from verse 10 and begin to hear something. Verse 10 to 13. And it came to pass
that as soon as he had made an end of offering.
Look at me now. He made an end of giving an offering because he said to himself, he said, this man didn't come. So, and I have not given offering. I have not given something to God. Lest these people capture me. So he had good intention, but with wrong approach. You can be sincerely wrong. Sincerely, but you are wrong. If it's not by instruction, it's wrong. With the sincerity of his heart, has he done this? He's giving an offering to God in sincerity. But before God, it's wrong. He's to wait. Even if they are killing him, wait. They bring sword upon you, wait. It's the instruction. I will show you what to do. Read from verse 13. Read from verse 12.
Therefore said I, the Philistines will come down now upon me to Gilgal.
Hey.
And I have not made
supplications unto the Lord. Yes.
I forced myself
And
offered a burnt offering.
13. Samuel said to Saul, thou hast done foolishly. Thou hast not kept the commandment of the Lord, which is commanded thee. For now, thy kingdom upon Israel forever. Look at me here. This day, heaven, Samuel was waiting for heaven to come down so that they would go and meet Saul. So heaven was preparing to decorate Saul, that Saul will be the king of Israel forever. After Saul, Jonathan. After Jonathan, Mephibosheth. So it will be a family thing. The mantle is transferred now to Benjamin. But child of God, Saul, you have done foolishly. You have not kept the commandment of the Lord. Will have established you forever. But now the Lord have rejected thee and is seeking for another man. My friend, there is a replacement. Misbehave, God will replace you and continue. At the more you dust your bumper and move out of the chair, somebody else is being sent to sit there. When you return, you may not find that seat. The Lord will have established, but you have done foolishly. Mama, there are 3 classes you must graduate to be in the lineage of the Messiah. Number 1, you must be a king. Number 2, you must be a prophet. Number 3, you must be a priest. If you don't have these 3 class, you are not part of that lineage. So number one, Samuel anointed, he's now a king. Number two, he's now a prophet, he has prophesied. Remaining one office, the remaining one that would have qualified him to be the next king that will give birth to Jesus. But that one was to become the priest. He missed it. The priests are in charge of altars. The priests build altars. You're not hearing me now. There is no priest that operated outside the altar. Ye are a royal priesthood. Where is your altar? You are a royal priesthood. Show him your altar. No altar. So now, Saul, you have missed it. God has asked me to anoint another king. Sorry. And he stood up to go. As foolish as he is, he went to go and hold his cloth to tear it. The man turned and said, this one a double wahala. Your kingdom, you don't tear him. No apology. And now his case is complicated. He started begging. Sir, Mama, I am shocked. A prophet was crying daily for one man. Father, forgive him. He's innocent. He didn't know. And God came down in chapter 16 verse 1. He said, how long will you mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him? To prove to you that I will never accept him, fill thy horn with oil. Go to the house of Jesse, anoint me a king, and then stop looking at that man I rejected. God can reject you. And without apology. Will you mess up with the altar and the priest behind the altar? You can be rejected. Between Saul and David, who should God reject? A man who can rape somebody's wife, pregnant her, kill a husband, and marry the woman should be the one to be rejected. Not the one who have not raped, murdered, and possessed. Yet the man is crying, I'm sorry. Oh. This one who has murdered somebody. When they give birth to the pikin was sick. They must go to God to heal the pikin. And God looked at him and said, he's a man after my heart. Why? The man knew what an altar is. You know, they took water play. Am I talking? Now listen, gentlemen here. So now, Saul came. He said, God has already anointed another man king. It's okay, even if you are not another. What is that thing I was supposed to do that I didn't do that made God reject me? So I can't tell you. Please, just tell me for emphasis purpose. Should I tell you? Say yes. I was supposed to come and teach you how to build altar. Altar? What's that one? He said that would have what would have made you a priest and make you to reign forever. Why didn't you tell me this? No, I was supposed to come and teach you because they know they tell them, then they teach you. Then they force you how to do it. It's not familiar. Yes, we came to enforce it. You have to obey. Okay, what do I do? Now that God has chosen another man, help me, sir. Just one more time. I know I'm a rebel, but can you help me one more time? God is not hearing. This is how to build altar. Do that, build altar. Don't tell anybody, I tell you. Thank you, sir. So quickly the man run back. In 1 Samuel chapter 14 verse 35. Somebody read for me. That 1 Samuel 14:35. 14:35. Who is reading very fast? Then Saul built an altar to who?
This was the first altar.
Wait. God want to explain another first. So if he had done it in chapter 13, he would have been sustained. He missed it. But this is the first. So in the journey of Saul, he has never built altar, not the first one. This is the first altar he built. When he built that altar, bam, already the oil is on the head of David. Then God said, David, I wanted you to be the king immediately, but Saul has sustained that throne with an altar. You have to be a king in waiting. Stand on your feet. Now that Saul has built that altar, David, you have to be patient. Until Saul die, you can't be king. So David anointed king, but in the hiding, waiting for a man that has an altar to die first. Are you hearing me now? Acts of Apostles. Everybody stand on your feet. Acts of Apostles, chapter 7. Acts of Apostles, chapter 7. Chapter 17, verse 23. Who is ready? Chapter 17, verse 23. 17, 23. Who is ready? For as I passed by, I beheld your devotion. Read from verse 20, from verse 22, so that we can get it. Who stood? Paul. Is it not Paul that is the one that people are preaching, that is the one that is teaching people grace messages? Eh? Now Paul stood. Where? In Athens. In the midst of mice. And said, ye men of Athens, I perceive that in all things you are too superstitious. As I passed by your city, I beheld your devotion. What do I find? With what? Paul would have said, now read, you hear what Paul said. So, what stopped Paul in Athens was when he saw their altar. He was not going to Athens, he was passing. But when he saw their altar, yet they did not know God. They only heard about God and how to build altar. When they built the altar, Paul passed and said, Chai, these people are superstitious. So they built an altar and they write it to an unknown God. Let me talk to them about the God whom they built the altar to. So Paul entered Athens. An altar attracted heaven. Revelation chapter 8, verse 3. Everybody, I stop there so we pray. Yes, sir. Revelation 8, verse 3. And another angel came. Where did the angel stand? In your father's house? In your compound? In your village? Where? Having a golden censer. Stand on the altar holding a golden censer. And it was given unto him much incense, thy sacrifices. Look at me here. Where does angels come to collect prayer point? Where do they take it to? Altar. That is, so there must be an altar here that we connect to the altar there, so that angels will collect here and go and give here. Angels was not there when Jacob was with their father. Angels was not there when they were suffering. But when it came to the place of the altar where angels are, there was a communication. So angels come to collect our prayers on the altar. That is why if you meet a witch doctor, native doctor, correct one, not all those one where they wear suit. Read one. Don't want they need to barb their head. Don't need to brush. Don't need to wear shoe. No, this one they thought they wear shoe. Those one need to wear shoe. When they hold also shoe, say, so you meet them in the market, pricing things. You go to them, you slap them. They will not do anything. Kick them, not do anything. Block, you don't do anything. Do anything in his mind. Do whatever I want to do here, but don't allow me reach my altar. My reply to you is on my altar. So native doctor power, therefore altar. If I can find my way to the altar, I can answer you. So slap a native doctor. Let him not get to his altar. From his altar, he can either kill you or make you mad. Finish. And they will not trace it. Why? He got to his altar. That's why altar are very powerful. In the Bible days, when they pursue you, run and hold the horns of the altar. You are not supposed to be killed.